Hi everyone, today I'm talking with Antonette Golikidis. She's the winner of the 2010 Mumpreneur Award and the founder of Little Innocence Organic Skincare. It's a product range certified by the Australian Certified Organic, one of the world's leading organic certification bodies, which is awesome. So Antonette, can you tell me what inspired you to begin this?
Well, really it was it was when I had my first child. I couldn't find anything on the market that I really liked when I was pregnant. And coming from a natural health background, I decided that, I would come up and make my own skincare range.
That's awesome. What's been your biggest challenge so far and how did you overcome it?
Well, actually, there's been quite a number of challenges. Obviously, starting a business from scratch always has its ups and downs. But I think one of the big challenges was getting our name out there. It was great for mums to try the range, but it wasn't until we tried to get into stores that it was really difficult, because even though the customers wanted the products, it was the stores that we needed to convince to let them know that the range was great, that it had some marketing background to it, and it was going to stand up on its own feet. So that was a huge challenge for me.
Yeah, and what keeps you motivated?
Sorry?
What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? There are a number of things that keep me motivated. One of them, of course, are the customers. When I get testimonials back from parents who, they call me or they send emails in and say that their children have been riddled with eczema and they've got dry, itchy skin, and all they do is cry. And when they've tried the range and they've put on that the cream and lotions on their skin and found that it's helped, then, it's really lovely to hear these parents just jumping up for joy and saying, "Oh, you've saved my life. You've saved the whole family from going crazy." And it really brings a lot of joy to me, and it motivates me to keep true to what I'm doing and to continue the hard work to make sure that I provide a really natural, clean, organic product.
Yes, I imagine that would be motivating. My oldest is 23 now. When she was younger, had terrible eczema, and it broke my heart seeing her like that. And I would have loved your product back then. It would have made such a big difference. Antonette, if you had to start all over again from scratch, what would you do differently, if anything?
Well, look, I certainly would be more wiser if I had to start all over again, and that, I guess, that's experience of business. Without those trials and tribulations that we go through, we wouldn't be who we are and we wouldn't build the businesses that we do. So, in saying that, I think I'm really happy to say that I would do a lot of things the same, but I would stay a little bit more cautious with the way that I decided to move forward in the instance of marketing, and perhaps, I tend to be one of these personalities that I get something in my head and I just go out and do it. Mm-hmm. And perhaps, and that's cost me a lot of money, because then you realise once you've spoken to other people, once you've spent time researching, that perhaps what you've done may have not been the best idea for that particular group or business. Like, for argument's sake, we launched with coloured bottles and we did varying sizes of those products. Had I done more market research, I would have realised that perhaps people wanted certain sizes, and, it's no good once you've spent thousands of dollars buying tens of thousands of bottles that you decide that you need to have other sizes in the range as well. So all those little things, I think, have taught me to perhaps do a little bit more research before we go in and develop a new product, and also to not be afraid. I think you come up with a lot of businesses sort of hounding you with how you should be doing things and how you shouldn't, and sometimes it can be quite frightening, and you think, well, you need to listen to these so-called experts because it's what they do. Mm. But in hindsight, I think a lot of times, if you follow your own instincts, you may be better off.
Yeah. Which living person do you admire most, and why?
Well, I hope you don't laugh at this one, but I really admire Richard Branson. I think he
Me
has a
too.
wonderful philosophy. He's just an extraordinary man who likes to keep things really simple. And for me, I think that, he's just quite motivating and encouraging in the way that he just, takes on a thought, plans it through a little bit, but he really does do what he does because he loves it. And I think that's an important trait to have with somebody that you admire.
Yes, definitely. What would you say your distinctive traits are?
My distinctive traits, I guess, would be that I don't follow the usual crowd of, those within my industry. If you know anything about my products, you'll find that they're very funky and they're very different to what a normal organic product looks like out there. So I'm really much in the mindset that you just should go out and do what you want to do and not follow the norm. And I think that helps set you apart from the rest as well.
Definitely, definitely. Antonette, what 5 things could you not live without?
Oh, God. Well, I definitely have to say my computer. In this day and age of technology and running a small business, it's so important that you've got these, equipment around you that helps you. But so I'd say my computer definitely, my family. I couldn't live without good wine and healthy food. And I guess also a balance between work and life is really important to me.
Yep. And what would be your favourite quote?
Well, again, on the subject of Richard Branson, I love his little saying where he says, "Screw it and just do it." And I think, it's a way that a lot of us should go about our daily lives in business and in life, not to be cautious all the time, not to care about what others think or are doing, but to actually go out there and follow your dreams.
Yep, exactly. And so what 3 top tips would you give women who are just starting out in business?
Well, I think that a lot of mums have some brilliant ideas, but they feel afraid or often, overwhelmed at the beginning to go out there and build a business. So what I would encourage them to do is to write up a business plan. Now, I know that sounds so daunting for so many people, and when they think about business plans, they think that it has to be really quite detailed and lengthy, but it's really just putting your ideas down on paper and just assessing, where you think you can go with the business, what your pros and cons will be for it. And it's really good to look at that 12 months down the track, and you'll see that, looking at my own personal experience and my own business plan, a lot of what I had aspired to do is in there. And of course I've deviated here and there with it, but I really have used a lot of those fundamental ideas and taken them from the paper and created them out there in the world.
Yeah. So to create a business plan, and what would the other 2 tips be?
I also think that it's important to not always just follow other businesses. Okay, it's great to see what they're doing, but I think that if you are going to be innovative and you want to be different and you want people to set you apart from others, you've really got to think outside the square and you've got to do what you think is right for you. So setting a business plan, not doing what everyone else is doing is really important. And I think also a tip would be to not be afraid. Follow your dreams and not be afraid.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Antonette. If we can just finish off by you telling us a little bit more about your brand and where we can find it.
Sure. Look, Little Innocence has been established now. We're running into our 5th year. And I'm a mum who, came across that need of needing really natural and organic skincare for my own children. So I thought I couldn't find what I wanted out in the market. I had a natural health background. So for me, it was a very natural progression to think, well, I'll just go out there and I'll produce a range that I know other mums have been looking for as well. So that's sort of where Little Innocence came from. And as a result of it being a natural and organic product, it is ideal for those who have eczema and dermatitis and skin irritation. So we have a huge following of those kind of mums looking for that kind of product for their kids and their whole family, actually. And we're now stocked in over 800 stores, so it's very exciting to see that my little idea of Little Innocence has grown so much. And you can purchase the range in Priceline, selected Amcals, and also lots of little health food stores and online, of course.
Fabulous. Well, there'll be a link at the bottom of this interview letting people know your website. And as you said, you can be found in Priceline, Amcal Chemist, and over 800 stores. That's fabulous. Thank you so much for your time, Antonette. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.